Well, the front pages are dominated with the news of the U-turn on exam results instead of the results produced by the algorithm. Students are now going to receive grades predicted by their teachers, which seems to be good news for everybody. It comes despite what the Education Secretary Gavin Williamson said on this programme last week.
If you effectively sort of rip up the whole book and say that you're not having standards, not having the same level of consistency, you'll have had some schools, for example, who will have literally put in every child in as either an A or an A star or a B. And that isn't actually...
I'm sorry, I'm just going to say that's not trusting teachers. With these people are well trained and paid, and Christine's on here to talk about that now. You are disrespecting teachers and young people.
We as professionals have given those grades in good faith and very robust, and we followed the consultation to a T. Yeah. Now let's do that. In the statistical standardisation, teachers' professional judgment should have been heavily weighted.
We'll go through this again next week, won't we, when the GCSE results come out. So your line won't change. I mean, just to give advance warning on this is going to be the same system in place for next week as well.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Yes. And just to be straight there, I said your line won't change, not your line.
Not your lying.
Won't change.
Your line.
Which it may have sounded like with my my accent there.
Yeah.
But anyway, is it all well that has ended well? Let's go to our headmistress, Christine Cunniffe, to find out. Well, you're smiling. You know, is this a bitter victory? Is it, you know, was it unnecessary to go through all of this? How are you feeling?
Well, yeah, it was unnecessary, but absolutely elated. I mean, when I found out yesterday, I was in the office on my own. I just put my head in my hands and cried. Cried for relief, and I cried for those children. Well done, kids, you did it. Yeah. They did it.
Well, initial excitement, initial excitement, Christine, feels like a victory, you know, because a lot of students protested, you know, they've tried to have their voice heard. You've obviously been on this programme talking about it often. But as Eamonn said, it could be bittersweet because there were students who did get their grades, and some of them a grade above maybe that they were expecting, have now got their first choice universities. Some of these children or students who now will get their grades, their places have gone. So it's still chaos.
Yeah, it is absolute chaos, and it's disgraceful, isn't it? You know, but come on, you know, keep fighting, pick up that phone, get onto the university. The universities were asked to be lenient and to give time. And some of them did. I mean, look at the 3 colleges in Oxford. Well done. You know, and some are doing really, really well. Others put the shutters down on day 1. So we need to revisit, pick up the phones and demand your place.
So will you be having students in today doing exactly that with the help from you and your staff?
We're here for them. So if any of them are struggling, all they've got to do is call, and we will be on the phone on their behalf as long as they give us permission.
So although the results have changed for the A-levels, offers from universities or places given by universities, Christine, haven't changed. So students who got places at uni last week, even if you have been upgraded, you now go to the back of the queue, I presume.
Well, we really don't know at the moment. I think UCAS need to give us a little bit of advice what's going on. It's hard for the universities. You know, don't get me wrong, now the problem's in their hands. They've got a real task. But listen, there's nothing that we can't get over. We'll get over it.
Well, Christine, we'll come back to you in a moment. I just want to bring Nina Bunting-Mitcham in. Nina is a student. She's a mature student and has really trying to be fighting this this algorithm. Nina, good morning. Your predicted grades, what were they?
They were A, B, B.
And what did you get?
D, D, D.
Wow.
Well, you're a happy bunny today, then.
I am indeed.
Yeah. What does it mean for you now, Nina?
Well, hopefully the result comes through before the 31st of August, which is when the RVC will hold my place until. That means I'll be able to go onto the uni course that I wanted to, and I'll eventually become a vet. So yeah, I'm
the
really
RVC, as you said, that's the Royal Veterinary College in London, and you had been offered, that's where you wanted to go. You thought with your predicted grades ABB that's where you would be going. How did you feel when you saw your results?
I went into complete and utter shock. Just fell to the floor, really.
You know,
a complete meltdown.
And Nina, for you, this is maybe more vital, more important than it would be for other people who are at 18 taking these exams. You're now 22. You know, part of your life has passed. Your opportunities may pass. So this was vital for you.
Yeah, I mean, I worked for the past 4 years getting to where I wanted to get. So I did actually redo some science GCSEs to get the A grades because that's what they wanted. And then I redid or did a new set of A-levels and then just worked and put loads of time, effort, and paid for private tutors just for a bit of help here and there. And yeah, and my family have been supporting me and really rooting for me. And we just thought this year was finally the year where my life takes off.
Any credit to the politicians for this U-turn? Because the Minister of State for School Standards, Nick Gibb, you confronted him and you said to him, "You have ruined my life." I mean, do you give credit now that they've done an about turn?
Yeah, of course. I'm really glad they listened. I mean, they had to listen to so many students fighting for, you know, the next 3 years or the next 4 years of their future. So I think if they hadn't done that U-turn, they probably would have really regretted it. So,
and what happens now, Nina? Obviously, you go back to the Royal Veterinary College and see if you can get in. How long will that process take? Do you think? How confident are you now that you will get in?
Pretty confident that I'll at least get into the foundation, which requires CCC. But I think they're still holding my place till the 31st of August. So if I get a new statement of results, which everybody will get now, if they come through before the 31st of August, I should be okay, as far as I know.
Well, we wish you luck with that. I know it's your dream to be a vet, so we do hope you get your place. You said there it's you've got to wait now. It's a waiting game. Let's bring in Professor Mark Fellows. He is the Pro Vice Chancellor for Academic Planning and Resource at Reading University. Professor, good morning.
What a headache for you, wow. Professor, ahead. Logistically.
It's been interesting. Yeah, 24 hours where we've been just trying to come to some sort of understanding of where we are with all of this. It was a bolt from the blue.
Yeah, I think everybody, Professor Fellows, was cheering. Yay, they've overturned it. These students now get the grades that they believed they were due, that their teachers predicted for them. But it doesn't stop there. There's another headache now, isn't there, for all the universities that might have filled places with students who did get the grades they wanted. So what happens now, particularly, say, at your university? What's the process?
Yeah, I really wouldn't want to get away from the idea that we're not all delighted with the outcome. We think this is the right outcome, the right for students. So that's absolutely fantastic, and we're very pleased with that. There are challenges for us, clearly, where we still have availabilities. We're keen on people who perhaps wouldn't have met the grade requirements we had before to get back in touch with us. And, you know, as all universities have been, we've really tried to be supportive and understanding and use as much judgment as possible in this. Now, for some people who may have been downgraded quite a lot by the algorithm, there's a real opportunity for them to come back and have that conversation with us and with many other universities. The options are there for them. So I would really encourage those people who perhaps missed what they were hoping to get to have a look, to investigate, and to see what's there available for them. Because just as the schools, we were hearing, are being very supportive, universities are going to do the same. And everybody wants people like Nina to take advantage of the opportunities that come from higher education.
But you guys will need support from above you at governmental level as well, because there is a cap in the university process on the number of places that are available.
Well, the cap has been removed, which changes things quite a lot. So the real difficulty will come with programmes such as those around medicine, for example, are those accredited by certain bodies like pharmacy, where there's a limit to the number of students that are allowed to be taken onto each programme. So we'll have to have conversations there with them about, you know, are we allowed to go over? If there are students who would have come to us, but because of what happened with the grading, can't come to us or didn't come to us, can we now take them? Because, of course, that's what we want to have happen. We absolutely do not want to be holding people back.
No, but also every university is going to have to cope with social distancing. So, you know, people are saying, oh, well, we'll take the cap off and you can have more students. But they won't be able to have too many more students because they have to observe social distancing.
Completely. I mean, we're very fortunate here because we've got this large, leafy green campus. So social distancing on the whole is actually quite straightforward for us. So within buildings, we've got a large estate. We've got everything set up and ready to go. There will be institutions that will find this an absolute problem. And the question is, how do they approach their teaching? Do they rely much more on blended learning, much more online, for example, to reduce the chances of people coming into contact together? So it's something that within the next couple of weeks, universities have to get right, because it's not long until term time.
So do you feel a bit that the headache's been shunted from the government to you now?
A little bit, but I think it's our job to deal with it. Behind the scenes, we might, poke away at the government and have our words in private with them, expressing the fact that this really hasn't been satisfactory. I don't think anybody can be pleased with the way it's been handled. We can be pleased with the outcome, but we shouldn't.
Professor, thank you very much indeed. Mark Fellows is the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Academic Planning and Resource at Reading University. Christine, you've come through the whole A-level storm. You've got GCSEs also this week. You wouldn't want to be playing this scenario out again. I mean, presumably a decision will be made before Thursday on those.
Yeah, well, it looks like, as you say, the centre assessed grades will stand. They'll be able to see those grades, and hopefully within a week, then it will be official. But we had one of the exam boards contacted today. They're going to try and get them out by Thursday. So it's looking good and reassuring and exciting for everyone now, because we can move forward.
Well, what a week. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Christine Cunniffe, Professor Mark Fellows and Nina Bunting-Mitcham there. Thank you.